Hello and welcome. I'm Chanel Childs, and I want to talk to you all today about the 3 steps to blogging. They're the steps that I've learned from many of my very successful mentors. They're the steps that have caused me to move forward in ways that I never saw possible, and they're the steps that many people are using today to create an income for themselves and their families that actually helps you. Now, I can't guarantee anything here. There's no guarantee that you'll earn any money. Please see the income disclosure for whatever company you're a part of, or if you're looking into our company, please see the income disclosure at empowernetwork.com/income.php. So basically, these 3 things that I've learned from some of the most successful bloggers out there are it's honestly very simple things. I was just listening to a recording this morning, a recorded audio, where this person was talking about, when people first get started out blogging, they don't really know what to do. And the way that this speaker actually described, the way that they would, they described what the newcomer should actually do when they're just getting started blogging is just basically something that's as easy as brushing your teeth. I guess I shouldn't say it's as easy as brushing your teeth, but I can say it's something along the lines of it's pretty simple stuff. It does take hard work. You've got to be committed. You've got to take action and be dedicated. Those are the things that you definitely want to do. But at the same time, you can also, as long as you do this stuff over time consistently, you should begin to see some kind of results in your life. And once again, I can't guarantee, income here. I don't know how many hours you spend working on your business, and I don't know, if what kind of goals you have or what you've set out to do. If you're in this to, provide for yourself and your family, or if you're in this just because it's a hobby, I don't know what that is for you. But I want to encourage you today that, there are 3 steps that you and I can take today to move forward in the way of our dreams. So step number 1 is you want to make sure that you blog every day. Now, myself, I can say, I try to blog at least, as much as I can. And I would say, if you ask me if I blog every day, yes, I do. But do I blog necessarily every day? Not necessarily. Because most of the time what I'll do is I'm either shooting a video that I'll post on social media sites, which I consider a part of blogging, because usually what I'll do is attach, I'll attach the link to the, to the video or audio recording that I've recorded. So I'm always doing something to my blog every day. Maybe it doesn't go directly up to my blog that day, but I'm posting something online that leads back to my blog in some sort of way on a daily basis. And I do have to admit, there have been a couple days where I've missed it, but for the most part, I would say I'm pretty consistent on getting something up there every single day, doing at least one thing, to move forward in the way of my dreams. So you want to make sure that you're blogging every day. Number 1, blog every day, even if, like I said, that's just got to be your goal. Maybe some people are successful, they only blog once a week because they want to create a great blog that they just promote all week long, but whatever that is for you. The reason that we ask you and think that it's so important to blog every day is because it gets you in the habit of doing it. And when you're in the habit of blogging on a daily and consistent basis, guess what? If you're blogging about things of value that help someone else, that's solving someone else's problem, when people go to search for that specific thing, your name is more than likely going to come up. Your blog is more likely to show up when you have more content out there than it is if you don't. So the key for you and I is to get something out there every single day. It's just got to be the key. And not only is it the key, but it's just because you want to make sure that you're doing this consistently over time. And not only do you want to make sure that you're blogging every day, but you want to make sure that the blogging content that you're putting out there is adding value to someone else's life. Which is, we'll touch on here in a little bit as well, but you definitely want to make sure that you're adding value. And I'll let you know what I mean by value here in a little bit. So number 1, make sure that whether that's posting a video in social media somewhere, or audio that you recorded, or doing something as simple as I'm doing right now. This right now that I'm doing is creating content right now. Because this will go on YouTube and it'll go on other social media sites where I post it, and people will be able to come to this for information, and they'll be able to look at it and see. And so that's, basically one thing that, I'm doing right now is creating content. Here, I consider this sort of thing blogging. You know what I mean? Because guess what? I'll probably also put it on my actual blog. So the second key that you definitely want to make, you and I definitely want to make sure that we're doing, is we want to make sure that we are marketing every day. On, you know, posting on social media sites and things like that. You want to make sure that you're marketing every single day. You know, whether that's posting on Facebook, you know, once again, you want to make sure that you're adding value to the lives of others. So it's something that someone else needs to know about. It's something that solves someone else's problem. You know, like you may be a beginner blogger right now, and this might solve your problem, and that might be why you're watching this hangout right now, because you said, oh, I need to know what are the 3 steps of blogging, because I have no idea. And so number 2, definitely want to make sure that you're marketing daily. You know, whether that's posting it on Twitter, Facebook, Plus, wherever you are, you want to make sure that you're posting those things, so that way, guess what? People can actually see your stuff. If people don't see your blog, then they don't know that you have one, and so they're not going to be able to post anything. So I encourage you today to make sure that you're definitely, absolutely marketing that which you blog on a daily basis. Even if you're just posting a quote on Facebook or on social media with your, you know, a quote of value, and then you could even throw in like a, you know, something that a quote of value that relates to whatever it is that you're you know, whatever that relates to your blog, I guess. I don't know. I guess as long as you're adding value to the lives of others, you shouldn't have a problem attracting a good audience. And attracting a good audience is a whole other thing. We'll have to go on over that on a different day. But target market is definitely key. So number 2, like I said, is market daily. Number 3, you want to, in order to add value to the lives of others, you and I have to make sure that we have value to give. Because if we don't have any value to give, then there's no way that we can add value to the lives of others. So the key then becomes for you and I to make sure we're adding value to the lives of others by growing ourselves. You know, one of my mentors, David Wood, actually talks about the power of, you know, how when you grow up, in order to grow a business, basically he says something like, if you want to grow a business, you have to grow people. You know, think about all of the different corporations that you've ever worked for, or the different places that you see. You know, those people, those companies require that they develop their people on a daily or weekly basis. You know, management teams in corporate offices or around the world are on conference calls weekly to figure out what are the problems and what solutions can they find for their business. You know, and you and I've got to be doing the same thing for our target market and for ourselves. Because number 1, if we're just blogging about anything, people are not going to want to pay attention. But if you're blogging about something that adds value to your niche market's life, then you are going to be able to attract an audience that's going to want to hear from you. So the key then becomes to add value to the lives of others. You want to make sure that you yourself are learning and growing on a daily basis. You know, all the information that I've given you so far is made up. This is stuff that other people who have gone before me have told me and taught me how to do. So now here I am today telling you how to do what someone else showed me how to do when I was growing, during my growing and learning time, getting on conference calls, getting on webinars, you know, listening to audios. This is where it all began. You know, if it wasn't for the fact that someone else, you know, decided to read a book and then decided to take action on that which they learned and taught myself, and then I, you know, did what they taught me, which was to read a book, listen to an audio, or do something of that, something of that's going to give me some sort of value that I can give to others. You know, so that's what I'm saying here, is that you and I want to make sure that as we grow and learn on a daily basis, that we share that which we grow and learn, because we can study. Believe me, a lot of people study, and they study all day long. But if we're not actually taking action on that which we're learning, we're not going to get anywhere, because our results require action. We've got to take action. We've got to get on the hangouts. You know what I mean? You've got to, you know, as yourself, you're more than likely a leader, and I know that you're a leader because you're here watching this hangout right now. And because you're a leader, you can do exactly what I'm doing right now. Computer screen, you can open up your laptop, turn on your PC, or whatever it is you have, whether it's your cell phone, your tablet, and you can create a hangout for free on Google Plus, just like I'm doing. You know, after you read a book, you know, say you read a book like, you read a famous book by like Dr. Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. You read that, and then you teach about something that you learn in it on a hangout like this. for your unique target market. I hope this is making sense. So I just encourage you today that you want to make sure that you're growing on a daily basis, because when you grow and learn on a daily basis, you add something to others. You now have something intelligent to talk about, and people want to hear from you, believe it or not. And maybe not everybody wants to hear from you, but somebody does. There's a target market. There's a group of people out there that want to hear your message. So I encourage you today to share that message by first growing yourself. And as you grow yourself, you begin to grow people. And not only that, but I'm going to throw in a little bonus here that I've learned from my mentor, which is that when you and I learn something and then teach it, we actually get a better understanding of that which we're learning, because now we're actually teaching it, and so we're getting a whole, it's like a win-win situation. Now we're learning on a level that we wouldn't have learned had we just or listened to the audio and not taken any action. So you see, that's why I say that action is so important in getting out of your comfort zone. Creating a little hangout like this. You can do it on Google Plus. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You can start it up in minutes. I just decided just maybe 45 minutes ago that I was going to have this hangout right now. And I thought, okay, well, let me invite some people to it. Let me get on there and start talking, and here I am. So, the cool part about this is that with blogging and like with anything, you got to keep it simple. And as you keep it simple, you can win. Like I said in the beginning of the call, it's like three simple steps to move forward in the way of your dreams with your blogging business. But the only thing there is that they're easy. Even though they're easy, the work is not going to be easy. You're going to have to be willing to be self-disciplined. You're going to have to be willing to sit down every day and write a blog. Sit down every day and market your product. Figure out who your target market is. Sit down for every day and read a book or listen to audios. Honestly, sometimes life gets busy, and I understand that. But one way that you can do it, okay, say you're moving forward, and some people like to listen to audios more than they like to read. I prefer to do both, but some days my schedule's really hectic and I'm in the car. I live in Los Angeles, so it's like I'm in traffic a lot of my day, unfortunately. But during that time, I'm learning. I have something in my CD player. I have something playing on my tablet that's teaching me how to take the next steps in my life and the next steps in my business. So I'm not wasting a minute of my day. So I encourage you today, not saying that you don't want to have a wonderful life, because that's what this is about. This is about freeing you so that way you can live the life that you desire. We can all get free. It's like I have a vision to get free. My vision is to get free and to help other people do the same. Because right now, guess what? I work with my mentors who are free. And because now they're teaching me how to get free so that I can teach you how to get free. So it's very key that you and I also align ourselves with the people that are going to help us take the next steps in our lives and the next steps in our business. So I encourage you today, one way that you can actually, get around people that can help you do that is by picking up a book that someone else who's done something that you want to do has already done and is teaching you how to do it in that book or in that audio that they recorded. You see, the key for us is to make sure that we are learning and growing on a daily basis. And as we do so, we can teach others, and then therefore we get a better understanding of it and we become the expert in that niche. So number one, we got to make sure that we are blogging every single day. I mean, people may say differently, but for myself, I really want to call it, make sure you're producing content on a daily basis, every day. Whether that's shooting a video, recording an audio, writing a blog post, or posting your video or audio to your blog post, or whatever that is for you. It's somewhere where you're able to create something that you can post on social media and actually help someone else achieve their dreams. Number two, make sure, once again, that you're marketing that material every day. That you're sharing that information, because no one's going to know about it if you don't share it. You got to post it on Twitter. You and I want to make sure that we are definitely, doing those things, making sure that we're posting those things on Facebook or on Twitter or wherever it is, or on Google Plus on a daily basis, or that we're even creating something like a hangout like I'm creating right now. This is content. So, a lot of times our mind likes to trick us into believing that we don't have anything to talk about. Well, guess what? Gets us to step three. If you are reading and learning and growing on a daily basis, you'll not ever run out of anything to talk about. And not only that, one of my major awesome Hobbs actually talks about, who he learned from one of his mentors, who I believe it was Ray Higdon, was simply that your notes that you take as you read and learn and grow on a daily basis, those are uncashed checks. Because as you go back through those notes, what you can do is take the information that you got from the notes and blog about it, write a video about it, excuse me, record an audio of it. You know, those are the things that are going to help you take the next steps in your lives and the next steps in your business. Because as you grow yourself, you begin to grow other people. And when you grow other people, you're able to grow yourself. And you're able to not only grow yourself, but you're able to create an army of people who are willing to go forward just like you. But you got to first take action. Willing to create content on a daily basis. You've got to be willing to market daily. You've got to be willing to learn and grow on a daily basis. Now understand that life happens and we get knocked off track, but you got to get right back up and keep going. Because, you know, Dr. Napoleon Hill in his famous book, Think and Grow Rich, talks a lot about the power of temporary defeat. You know, being that with temporary defeat, it's only temporary. Most people look at it as failure, but is it really failure? It may not. It may very well not be. You know, I was on a mastermind call this morning where we actually, someone had, I forget who it was, but they actually mentioned the fact that, you know, is there even a such, meaning that, you know, as long as we're growing and learning from that whole situation, was it ever a failure? You know, because we're actually reading in one of Napoleon Hill's other books, which is The Law of Success, where Napoleon Hill actually has an entire chapter on basically profiting from failure, meaning that you're looking back at your past failures in order to profit for your future. Because, you know, I mean, if we really look at it like that, that's when it turns into temporary defeat. If we see it as failure, it bogs us down. Oh, I failed. I can't believe I did that. That was horrible. Or we can take it and say, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? And how can I teach someone else to do the same? So I want to encourage you today to step out of your comfort zone. Be willing to create desire. Be willing to create that life that you desire by helping someone else take the next steps in their lives and the next steps in their business. And not only by doing that, but by first growing yourself. Because as you grow yourself, you now begin to grow other people. And as you grow other people, those people begin to grow someone else. You know, my major definite mentor, David Wood, actually said something, I believe it was him who said something along the lines of, you know, we are not, this is not about our goals. You know, this isn't about you achieving your goals. This is about you helping someone else achieve their goals. And when you make yours about helping someone else achieve their goals, that's when you get fed. Because let me tell you, one thing that I've learned from another mentor of mine, Jim Rohn, who says something along the same lines, which is basically don't quote me on this, but he says something like, you know, when you help someone else pay their bills, you forget about yours. Your bills actually disappear. Because as you help someone else, your bills begin to get paid, because now you're helping someone else who's actually able to you know, help someone else, which is helping someone else, which all comes back to you in the end. Through the blogging system, through the platform that I'm a part of it, or anyway, or if you're a part of a network marketing system, you know, whatever company you're a part of, or whatever it is that you do, or whatever it is you're blogging about, you know, it eventually comes back to you. And not only does it come back to you, is, you know, the company that I'm with, it's basically then, you know, someone comes in, that's when that's when, as I help someone else, that's when my income grows, is basically what I'm saying. You know, as they help someone else, that's when their income grows. So it begins to take the focus off of you and what you want to do. You begin to help someone else achieve their dreams. And you know that there's nothing in life more beautiful than that. Being able to take your eyes off of yourself and letting go and laying down your life for yourself. Now, this isn't a religious thing, but I am going to tell you, you know, that something just similar to what Jesus said, you know, which is, you know, lay down your life for your brother. And I don't even know which part of the scriptures that's in, but I do know that he asked us to lay our lives down. You know, and whatever your religion is, whatever you are, it doesn't matter to me. Know that when you lay your life down for somebody else, you begin to live your dream. Because you and I are here, I believe, to help someone else. And I believe that the key to the ultimate key to our happiness is to literally help other people. Because as long as we help ourselves, we're really not getting anywhere. But the minute that we decide to help someone else, that's when I believe that things can change. That's when I believe that we can begin to live our dreams. Because it's one thing that, you know, that's called edification. You know, And as we build someone else up, it comes right back to us. I just believe that what we put out there into God's universe is that it comes back to us. So we're consistently helping someone else take the next steps in their lives and the next steps in our business. We are automatically going to be able to take the next steps in our lives and our business. And don't quote me on that, but I'm just saying that I believe that what we put out there is what we get back. You know, I posted something in a group that I'm a part of on Facebook, and I said, you know, I really appreciate you. And, you know, it was just maybe it was not even 24 hours later when I looked in my email, and there's a company that I have bought stuff from or through, and they sent me an email, and I've never got this kind of email. Really appreciate you. And I'm like, wow, that came right back. I don't even think it was within 24 hours that I posted to this specific group of people that I'm a part of the community on Facebook. I said, I really appreciate you all, and I'm feeling great. I'm very grateful to work with you. You know, and not even maybe it was 24 hours later. Actually, you know what, it wasn't. Not even 24 hours later did I get a random email from a random company that I'm a part, or that I buy products and services from, who actually sent me for the first time an email that said, we appreciate you. Wow. I mean, that may sound like something small, but I think that is so true. And I think that it's so amazing how we can see when we begin to pay attention and we begin to become aware of the way that the universe, and I call it God's universe because I believe that, you know, it is God's universe, and it is him, and that he, you know, we live through him, but you can have your own beliefs here because you're who you are. And that, you know, this is about blogging, but I always, you know, want to make sure that, you know, I'm expressing myself in a way that I hope that you would be able to understand. And that's simply that, you know, when we look for the love that's all around us, we find it. So I want to encourage you today. I hope I didn't go too far off the wheel there, but I want to make sure that you know that, you know, you are a leader, and I believe in you, and I know that you can do this. So get started now. You know, do your blogging every single day. Market every single day. And grow yourself, if nothing else, every single day. Because I believe that when you're growing and taking action on that which you're learning, there's no way that you won't be successful. I believe that you will be if you're doing those things. Surely you might miss a day here and there, but I hope that you don't. I hope that you commit to doing it every single day. You're doing something every single day. Like, maybe you can't do all of it, but if you can do something. You know, when I say, I'll just say it really briefly, when I say learn and grow on a daily basis, that means if you can't, the best mentors is that you want to read an inspirational or motivational book for 30 minutes every day. An inspirational motivational book. Second thing, you want to make sure you're listening to an inspirational or motivational audio every single day. And not only that, I just added a step because I also believe that you can take action on that step right away, immediately after doing those things. So you're reading, you're listening to audios, and then you're going and taking action on that which you're learning. You're teaching somebody else. You're training somebody else that what you learned. And you're helping them take the next steps in their lives and the next steps in your business. So I want to encourage you today to get moving. Take some massive action. Don't wait, because your time is now. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Chanel Child.